Our next announcement is a very big one. We're very excited about this. I'd like to thank Bob Harari, who's our chairman of Rocket Racing Composites Corporation, for his support. We have made an acquisition of Velocity Aircraft, and I'll explain to you why that makes sense for Rocket Racing League. Velocity Aircraft is a 15-year-old aircraft manufacturer. They make the Rocket Racer plane. That is their airframe. It actually came off Long Easy, which was a Burt Rutan design. The Velocity aircraft is what we're using to convert to the Rocket Racers. So this company was acquired by Rocket Racing Composites Corporation. It's a composite aircraft. We will be using composite materials to strengthen this aircraft, to refine this aircraft for rocket racing, and then for general aviation sale for the people who fly the 1,000 Velocity aircraft already in existence and the next 10,000 that we're going to sell. We acquired this company for a lot of reasons. It's so we can use the Rocket Racing League as a test bed for technology. I keep repeating that, okay? But it's very important to understand that. The other reason is, you know, in my mind's eye, like the first two slides I showed you of the car with all the parts on it and the multi-billion-dollar companies that own them, and then our plane, if you're going to race the Ferrari in your league, why not own Ferrari? So we're very excited about this acquisition. Today here with us is Scott Baker, the president of Velocity Aircraft, and he'll be speaking to you. Scott?
Over the last 2 years, Velocity's had the privilege of working with Rocket Racing and its team of quality people. And we found that those that have been involved with the Rocket Racing folks have had an incredible vision towards the future, mindset for new technology. And what's really important and something that it's unusual in this type of a business, a group of people who are focused on safety. Velocity airframes have had a historic background in stylish looks, fast performance, and a design that lends itself to safety. Our work on the Mark I Rocket Racer, which you see to my left, has made a strong aircraft and a strong airframe even stronger. And we see that the technology advances of the Mark I and the future generations of rocket racers, those advances are going to find themselves entering into the world of general aviation, and we're truly excited about that. Velocity is happy to be a part of the Rocket Racing family, and we look forward to some exciting times ahead. Thank you.
Aero-TV is brought to you by Cirrus aircraft have always been easy to fly. Now they're easier than ever to buy. A complete line of ownership programs gives you everything you need to purchase, trade, finance, lease, insure, and warranty your Cirrus. There's even an ownership program for non-pilots. The Cirrus Access Pilot can teach you how to fly or fly the plane for you. Find out more at www.cirrusdesign.com. Cirrus, for the love of flying. Now, back to Aero-TV.
With the acquisition of Velocity, you can go up today and see the new website that we put up for Velocity Aircraft. Around this room, you can also see a lot of pictures of Velocity airplanes. And for those of whom you don't know Velocity, this is a new model of Velocity. Okay, Velocity makes a 4-seat single-engine pusher. This is a 6-seat turboprop composite aircraft. This will also be the same airframe that we do a 4-seat luxury model aircraft. I call it my Maybach edition, if you guys know the Maybach car. One of my board members, Bill Koch, has a Maybach car. I don't yet, but someday maybe I will. The point of this aircraft is to be able to fly at 355 knots, which is the same speed as 737 flies, at 28,000 feet in luxury, in comfort, okay, for $1 million. Now, this plane's already in design. You'll see some of the interiors that we put into this. This is really how Bob and I like to fly around, so we're sick of flying the Challenger jet. We want something smaller that we can commute up and down from Florida to Boston to Washington, D.C., to Philadelphia to Chicago, on the West Coast from San Francisco to San Diego, Phoenix, Las Vegas, without having noise restrictions that a jet's going to have, whether it's a VLJ, the new VLJ market. We won't have noise restrictions. We can land at smaller airports. We can get in and out quickly. We can do it in comfort, okay? This is a single pilot aircraft. So in this, you can have a pilot, and if it's me, I'll fly you. and 5 of my staff, or your own pilot, that we will rent you. We will rent pilots to people. It's called a flight concierge that we'll have available for people who buy this aircraft, and you can hire him for a year, and he will fly you around. It's very convenient. It's very affordable. The VLJ market right now is somewhere between $1.4 million to $3.5 million. Quite frankly, I don't think they can touch this plane. But I guess that's yet to be seen, right, Jim? Anyway, we're very excited about this. We're also going to have a 4-seat sport model that'll have a larger power plant than is currently in the Velocity. It'll fly above 250 knots all the time, which will be the fastest piston plane 4-seat in the world. And it will have an interior very much like this one, but if in your mind's eye, maybe like an Aston Martin or a McLaren F1. It'll be a very high-end sport model interior. We're going to have different avionics packages for people to choose between for what they want. So we're incredibly excited about this.
Aero-TV is brought to you by...
Today, there is an affordable, high-performance, easy-to-own and easy-to-operate very light jet designed with you in mind. Far less expensive than any other twin-engine jet to buy, it is also the least expensive to own and operate. It is the Eclipse 500, the jet that's easy to buy, easy to fly, and fun to own. The jet for you.
Now, back to Aero-TV.
The next thing I want to talk about is safety. I keep talking about safety. We filed a provisional patent today with a number of safety improvements for aircraft and aerospace. If you look at the automobile racing industry, these companies spend billions of dollars a year testing new rubber compounds. They test new engines, new electronics, telemetry, paddle shifting. These things all end up one day in your car. Why do they do it? Because they want to have a competitive edge, they want to make them faster, and they want to make them safer. Okay? No one that I know of in aviation has ever really focused a program of safety on general aviation like this. Okay? And that's what we're going to do with Rocket Racing. And with these aircraft, starting with the Velocity, we're going to be focusing on safety, how to make the cockpit safer for the pilot and for its passengers. I have driven a car at 185 miles an hour into a wall in an Indy car and got up and walked out. Okay? I see my friends do it every week, getting in crashes, getting T-boned at high speeds. These guys roll over, they explode. There is no reason why, like they do, take off your harness, take off the steering wheel, and get out of the car, that we can't do that. Okay? This is what we're going to apply to our industry, aviation, through Velocity to start with, and then take that technology and share it with Cessna and the other great companies out there who are selling planes, giving people a choice of what they want to buy, but improving safety. To talk about that, I have here today, and these are some pictures of planes crashing, and these guys all got out of these cars safely. This is a BRS system that's similar to what's in the Cirrus airplane. They're really the only ones that make this a part of all the airplanes they do. We're going to have a BRS-ready aircraft. Every plane that comes off our assembly line will be BRS-ready. They'll have the channeling and the tethers in it. Then it's the person's option whether they want the parachute and the rocket to deploy it. But they will all have this capability.